Magyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shlakaya Shakshuramitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vistam Stapetanyena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svipadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajat Sadhana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Siddhikam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padasagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitam Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangera Devrindavanishwari Vishabhanusati Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchaka Tarubhyascha Kipa Sindhu Vyeva Chapatitana Pavanevyo Vaishnavivyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Okay, thank you very much for coming, Ali. Let's start immediately without wasting so much of our time. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, Prabhu.
Please.
So that I'll get it done. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Chapter 4, Text 9. Janma karma chamidevyam evam yovete tatvatah chaktva deham punarjanma naitemamite sorjana. Translation: One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Okay. Chapter 4, Text 11. Yatamam prapajante tam shataiva bhajamyaham mamam vardmano vartante manushaha partha sarvasaha. Translation: As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pita. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Haribo. Thank you. Wants to go second?
I want to go next, Prabhu.
Please.
Hare Krishna. Chapter 9, Chapter 4, Text 9. Janma karma chame divyam evam yaveti tatpataha Chakta deha punarjanma naitimam eti Arjuna. One who knows transcendental nature of my activities, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Chapter 4, Text 11.
Thank you.
Yeyatha me prapadyante tam satay babajami aham mama bart manubartante manushaha partha sarvashaha. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone who follows my path everyone follows my path in all respects. O son of Pritha. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, Rasaraj Prabhu have taken the next step. Haribo. Before he was only reciting the translation. Now he has taken the giant step of reciting the Shastri. Haribo. Thank you. Next. We don't want to waste any seconds. You just go next. Prepare your mind. I'm going to go next.
I'll go ahead, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you.
4.9. Janma karma cha me devyam evam yo veti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Translation: One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving this body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasa. Translation: As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. Hare Krishna.
Haribo, Hare Krishna. Thank you. You are becoming more fluent now. Thank you. See, you are just saying it. Very nice. Keep it up. Next, who want to go next?
I go, Prabhu Ji.
Yes, thank you. Right, Prabhu.
4.9. Janma karma, Janma karma, Janma karma.
Janma Karma. What is what happened then?
Janma karma, Janma
Janma
karma.
Karma. Janma Karma. Right, Prabhu, what is going
Wait,
on?
I was distracted.
Who is distracting you?
Wait.
Mother Angel, are you the one distracting him? We are going to sue you.
I was, wait. Ano?
My Mother Angel, you can go first. Let Mother Angel go
You
first. It's okay.
you go.
Wait. Angel, go first.
I'm not ready, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. It's all right. Let someone not go first.
I will go.
Okay.
I can go now.
Okay, go. Mata Chintia, please go.
May Prabhu?
Yeah. Or somebody speak. I heard somebody say something. Is it Mother Shaya?
Okay,
Yes,
Madam.
Prabhuji.
Okay, Mother Shaya, go first. Oh, yeah, go now. You go now.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj. Verse 4.11.
Nine first.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. Verse 4.9. Janma karma chami devyam evam yo viti tatvataha takvadiham punarjarma naitimam etiso arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving this body, take his birth again in this material world, O Arjuna.
Haribo. Next.
4.11. 4.11. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajami aham mama vartmanu vartante manusha parta sarvasaha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Bertha. Hare Krishna.
Hey, Haribo. After a long time now, Mother Shaya is coming up and saying very fluently. Thank you. Haribo. Next.
I will go, Prabhu.
Oh, I hope you will not stop. I hope you will not stop in Janma Karma. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes. I was distracted earlier. Okay.
Let's go.
4.9. Janma karma chame devyam evam yobete tatpataha taktwadiham punarjanma naitimam mete so Arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving this body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11. Yeyatamam prapajante tam satay bajya aham mama vartmano vartante manusya parta sarvasaha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Rita. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Thank you. Okay, who wants to go next? Mother Chinta, you want to go or Mother Angel?
Okay, May Prabhu.
Okay, go.
Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge, verse 4.9. Janma karma chami devnam evam yu viti tatvataha tvakvadihan punarjanma naiti mamiti so Arjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, by attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11. 4.11. Yiyataman prapadyante evam tam saiva vajami aham mama Partmano Vartante, Manushaha, Partha Sarvataha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Varta. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. I have to be very careful so that I don't distract you people when you're in between your recitation. I say, well done. It distracts the devotees sometimes. They forget what they were saying. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, next. Who is going next?
I will, Prabhu.
Please.
Janma karma cha meri vyami bam yogati tat bataha tatvarya punarjanma naiti mamiti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11 Yayatamam prapadanti tamsatai babajami aham mama vartano vartanti manusya parta sarvasaha. As all surrender unto me, I reward him accordingly. As all surrender unto me, I reward him accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Prita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Raj, are you there? Your turn.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Am I audible?
Thank you very much, Mother Angel. Go ahead, we are hearing you, Raj.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. 4.9 Janma karma chame divyam evam yoviti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mam eti sojana. As one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving his body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11 Yayathamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajami aham mam vartamanu vartante manushya prata sarvashaha. As once As all surrender unto me, I reward accordingly everyone who follows my path in all respects. O son of Pratha, Hare Krishna.
Haribo, thank you. Niharika Mataji, your turn.
Okay, Prabhu. 4.9 Janma karma cha me devyam evam yo viditatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti so Arjuna. Sorry. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance. Sorry, my voice. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. 4.11 Yayata mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanuvartante manushya partha sarvashaha. Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward him accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Pritha.
Thank you very much, Haribo. Pitamba Prabhu, your turn.
Text 4.9, chapter 4.9. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvata mama manu vartante.
You are missing it. You are joining them together. You are joining 9 to 11.
I'm not joining. Evam yoveti tatvata chakvam deha purna janma.
No. Very good. Now you are getting it. Start again. Start again. You joined them together before.
Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata. And then let me remember that. Chaktvam deham punarjanma and naiti mam iti so Arjuna. I didn't
Thank you.
believe that I joined them together. So
Translation.
one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities upon leaving the body does not take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Next.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Yeyata me prapadante and tamstataivam bhajami aham mama vartmanu vartante manusya perta sarvasa as all of them surrendering unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Perta.
Thank you. Thank you. Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu, are you there? Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu, are you ready or are you? Okay. Let's continue. Thank you very much for taking it this serious. Tomorrow will be the last day for this shloka. Make sure that you keep them because we are going to be adding more. Then at the end of chapter 4, we're going to recite all together. It's easier for you to have it now if you recite only these two shloka for 1 week. So make sure that you have it and continue to practice them. Actually, it's a mental work. Try to remember this shloka. You are exercising your brain. So continue to memorize it until you get it. That when somebody wakes you from sleep, Hare Krishna 4.9, like that. You should be at it. Until it becomes like that, don't feel confident. Don't feel comfortable. Continue to memorize. Okay. And we're going to be adding more. There's so many, about few of them to add more on this particular chapter, maybe 1 or 2 more. So at the end of the whole chapter, we will recite all together. Okay. Then when we go to chapter 5, we pick 1 or 2 also, depending on which one is shloka for memorization there. In that way, when we pick it like that and we're doing it slowly, little by little like this, at least we will not find it difficult memorizing the shloka. I decided to do this format so that make it easier for you. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped yesterday. So somebody can remind us what we did yesterday? Some just quickly, if you can remember. Just what you remember. Be fast. Something you remember what we did yesterday.
I just want to share, Prabhuji, you actually like mentioned that if we are not Krishna conscious 24 hours, our activities will be affected by the 3 modes of material natures. And then we have to transcend our activities, even though we are in different ashrams. Like our activities should be always engaged to Krishna, whether you're a student, you're a grihastra, or you're working like Mother Niharika. She's engaging her activities as well for the pleasure of Krishna. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. So yeah, we say something close to that. That everybody, and we gave a example of King Janak. Somebody can remind me of the story quickly. Somebody want to remind me of the story of King Janak? Did you remember the story of King Janak? We discussed about him yesterday. Very nice story. Nobody remember? Nobody taking notes? If you don't take notes, you will not remember. So nobody took notes of what we said yesterday. Or you are feeling shy to speak. If you don't feel shy to recite, don't feel shy to speak. Who is going to break their ice? Okay, so since we cannot remember, let's continue from where we stopped.
Prabhuji, can I try?
Try, please.
King Janark is the one who is so how do you call it? He was so devoted to Krishna, and then there was one Brahmana who, I don't know if this is the lecture that you mentioned this morning, I think.
Yeah.
So this, I forgot the name of the Brahmana. He chose King Janark more than the Brahmacharis. And then the Brahmacharis are so envious. Why they chose him over us? We are very renounced. And then one day they attend to the lecture of King Janark. They made a story that his palace was burned, and then he was like, oh King Janark, your palace was burned, and then he was like, please don't disturb me. I'm listening to my guru right now. Do not disturb me. Um, and then the brahmacharis are so like, they're so shocked because he was so renounced. But then they test again the brahmacharis. They made a story like all their, how do you call it, their dhoti was stolen by the monkeys. And then the brahmacharis are running so fast, so fast, because they're thinking that their dhoti will be lost. And then the brahmana said, I forgot the name of the brahmana. He said, now you understand. He is a king. And then he said, he is a king, but he is more renounced than you. So now he can really rule his kingdom because he understand, how do you call it, the what's the term? He understand the real, there's a term that you use. I couldn't tell.
The goal of life.
The goal of life, that
Understand the goal of life.
that you can actually perform your duty even though you are renounced in the material world, like King Janark. So that's how I understand. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
No. I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much. You make me feel that, yes, at least someone remember what we did yesterday. At least it's very good. Thank you very much. And because the story is very, very, that if you it actually is easier to understand philosophy through stories than just speaking philosophy. I was thinking everybody will remember. So please, it's always good to take some notes so that we can always, because we don't have shooting data memory, we don't have strong memory that we always remember what we discussed yesterday. But if we take some notes, some points, when there's some stories, some analogy, we just put them down, then you can always check your notes and refresh your memory. It's very good. So that at least by the time we finish the Bhagavad Gita, you can always go to something to always refresh your memory about what you have learned in Bhagavad Gita, please. Okay? So let's try to do that. Is that okay? Are we going to, tomorrow, if I'm going to ask again, will somebody tell us what we discussed today? Promise?
Yes, bro.
Promise?
Yes, Prabhuji. But
okay.
This story is actually very beautiful. So thank you for sharing that.
Okay, thank you. So yes, King Prabhupada, you see, if you read the whole Bhagavad Gita, King Janak, who can open to Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, verse 20. Open to Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, the fastest person should read. Who is going to be the fastest person? 320, you read.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Kings such as Janaka attained perfection solely by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work.
King Janak is the only person Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita to give example about one who attained perfection by performing the prescribed duty. Can you understand how important King Janak is is the only, if Krishna is using King Janak as an example, I think all of you should go and look up the story of King Janak and read about him. Because he's the only king that Krishna used an example of one who performed his prescribed duty and attained perfection in the Bhagavad Gita. That is why I was narrating that those pastimes of King Janak yesterday. Okay, so when King Janak became self-realized, he wanted to give up his kingdom. His guru told him, now that you have become self-realized, is the best time to perform your duty. So what I'm trying to say is that when we become Krishna conscious, that is the best time we should perform our duty very nicely. Whatever duty we are doing, whether we are brahmachari, we are grihastha, we are walking outside, whatever we are doing, when you become Krishna conscious, we become realized, then we should do our duty in a way that we can set proper example to others, not just like King Janak. We are not attached to the result. We are not very attached to the result of our work. We are working very seriously just to serve Krishna and to serve the devotees of Krishna. I know I have one friend in UK, right? Rishabhadeva Prabhu is his name, you know. The Prabhu, he came to our country a very long time ago. He came to Nigeria. So after he went back to UK, very nice devotee. He was working. He was working, but he was not spending his money for himself. He was working and he was spending the money for taking care of devotees in Africa. No, one devotee will write him, Prabhuji, I want to go to school. Oh, how much will it cost you? He will send him money. Oh, Prabhuji, I want to do this. So all his money he was spending to take care of devotee. You know, so such a devotee, just imagine how much, you know, blessing is going to get from Krishna. Because it's not now, if you see him sitting down chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you would love to chant Hare Krishna mantra. He sits very attentively to chant. You can know that this person is self-realized. You understand what is devotional service. But now he's still working, but he's working not for himself, but to help others. Okay, so when we understand the purpose of life, we understand who Krishna is, and we become self-realized, that is the best time to really carry out our prescribed duty. But we should do it for the pleasure of Krishna. That is called Krishna consciousness. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped yesterday, and let's see. Let us read some Srila Prabhupada's quote actually. Where's some quotes before we continue? Where do we stop yesterday? We stop at verse. Who can remind me about the verse we stopped yesterday? Let's see. Somebody will remember.
We stopped from 4.16.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. So let's read Prabhupada's quote. Who can see what I'm sharing?
Yeah, we can see it, Prabhu.
Yeah, read from 13.
Guna karma vibhagasaha. Lord Krishna says, Chaturvanyama shustam guna karma vibhagasaha. A Brahmana or a Satya or a Vaishya or a Sudra or Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, they are divided according to the quality. Never says Janman. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, Calcutta, March 7, 1972. Due to the influence of Kali Yuga, unfortunately, this system, although India was observing very, very rigidly, now it has slackened or practically nil. We have lost our Brahminical culture, the Chaturvanya Mahashishtam, Gita 4.13. This is due to the influence of Kali Yuga, Kalau Shudra Sambhava. In the Kali Yuga, practically everyone is a Sudra. When people are not on the standard of Bhagavad Bhakti, so ordinarily when people are not on the standard of Bhagavad Bhakti, devotees of the Lord, there is division of society. There must be. Otherwise, things cannot go on. In the Shastris, we find that there is division even in my body. The brain division, hand division, arm division, the belly division, and the leg division. We must accept this program. Why there is chaotic condition? And the simple reason is there is no Chaturvanam Shustam. This Chaturvarnam system is lost. If you want peaceful life in the society, then you must accept this program. Chaturvanyam Ashishtam, Gita 4.13. There must be an equal class of men, Kshatriya class, Vaishya class of men. Purpose of Krishna consciousness movement, wholesale, thorough overhauling of human society. So if you want to remodel your life, the society, the human society, nationally or internationally, everything is spoken here. International, then you have to take to the advice of Krishna. This is the purpose of Krishna consciousness movement. Wholesale, thorough overhauling of the human society. We have not manufactured anything, concocted things. It is very scientific. If you actually want to fulfill the mission of your life, then you have to take to this advice of Bhagavad Gita, very scientific and spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without any defects. Train a class of men. Therefore, it is very essential to understand this verse, Chanurvanyam, train a class of men. There must be university where brain is properly utilized. Here is a child or here is a boy. He has good intelligence. Train him as a Brahmana. Less than that, train him as a Kshatriya. Train him as a Vaishya. Everything is there in Bhagavad Gita. There is no difficulty. So if you actually want happiness, prosperity of society, not only of this society, that whole human society, they must accept this Krishna consciousness movement. Then they will be happy. Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Bombay, April 2, 1974.
Thank you very much. Someone else want to read 14?
I will, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Social, political, or religious laws do not apply to Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj raised the question when Sukadev Goswami described the Rasa Leela. Krishna appeared on this material world Dharma Samsta Panartaya. So why he violated these rules of Dharma? Violation because according to Vedic civilization, nobody can mix with others' wife or other woman. Sometimes he's seen to be acting against the social laws. Therefore, Krishna warns, Namam Karmani Limpanti. These social, political, or religious laws do not apply to me. Bhagavad
very
Gita
much.
4.40.
Thank you very much. So that is all about that. So let's continue. I just want you to read some of the quotes from the 13 and the 14 based on Prabhupada's lecture regarding that. There's no more quotes from other verses. That's why we didn't say it there. So let's continue from where we start. Karma, you say something?
Yesterday we stopped at 4.17, right? 17.
So we are going to 18, you sure?
Actually, it was 18. So
Yeah.
We are going to 18. We are going to 18. We are going to 18 today. Yeah. Okay. Who is there? Karman akarma yapashed. Akarmani chakarma yaha. Sabudima manisheshu sa yukta Krishna karma krit. So Krishna continues. One who sees in action and action and action in action is intelligent among men and is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of. We read this yesterday.
Prabhu, I read that yesterday. So go to 9. Today is 19.
Today is 19, yeah. Sorry, somebody was knocking at my door to bring some light bill. Okay. We're in the material world, you have to pay light bill and water bill. Eh? Very important. Okay. Yasya sarve samarabha kama sankapa varjita gyanagni dagda karmanam tamau panditam buddha. So, yeah, one who is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification, is said by sage to be a worker for whom the reaction of work have been born up by the fire of perfect knowledge. So here he's saying how we can engage in activity with knowledge. Actually, that is Nishkama Karma Yoga that Krishna was discussing in chapter 3, continue from this chapter 4. And he's going to go more in detail about this. So let's read the purport, then we'll continue. Somebody want to read?
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Only a person in full knowledge can understand the activities of a person in Krishna consciousness, because the person in Krishna consciousness is devoid of all kinds of sense gratificatory propensities. It is to be understood that he has burned up the reaction of his work by perfect knowledge of his constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is actually learned who has attained to such perfection of knowledge. Development of this knowledge of eternal servitor to the Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn up all kinds of reaction to work. Hare Krishna.
So now, this Prabhupada was explaining is very, very important. So the beginning of devotional service, we are not this body, we are spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So what is the activity of the spirit soul? That is my question to all the class. Because unless we get this right, then we cannot get the knowledge about self-realization right. So I want everybody to contribute. What is the activity of the spirit soul? Okay, we know that we are spirit soul, not the body. So what is the activity of the spirit soul?
We should be an eternal servitor of the Lord.
Yeah, thank you very much. Somebody want to add to that?
I do.
Yeah.
Kachitananda.
You speak first.
Sachidananda is the activity of the soul.
Yes.
That is the nature of the soul, not the activity.
Can I try, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna?
Yes, please go ahead.
We are the servant of the servant of the servant and the servant. So we should be serving the Lord and his devotees and the devotees of the devotees of the devotees of the devotees of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Thank you. Somebody else want to add to that? Chitai Chandra Prabhu, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think we're jumping ahead, I think the nature of the soul is to serve. That is the first primary criterion. Later on, it's when you have further knowledge, then you can understand that we're supposed to serve Krishna.
Yeah. So the nature of this, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, the nature of the soul is to serve. So understanding this, that the nature of the soul is to serve Krishna is very important, because yes, the politicians are serving the people, the different kind of people they are serving in this world, but they are serving based for their own self-gratification. But if once we understand that the nature of the soul is to serve Krishna, that is self-realization. And once that is understood, then you know that all your activity supposed to be geared towards engaging in the service of Krishna. That is simply what King Janak did. And that is why Krishna used him as an example. Even King Janak was ruling a kingdom. But because he was ruling the kingdom with being self-realized, knowing that he is a spirit soul and he is an eternal servant of God, he was not attached to the duty. Sorry, he was not attached to this kingdom, but he was very attached to his duty. Why? He's trying to perform his duty for the pleasure of God. Very, very important to understand this. So here, Krishna is saying that one who understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification, is said to be worker for whom the reaction of work have been borne up by the fire of perfect knowledge. We should understand very deeply there is no way that we can be happy by trying to enjoy our senses in this way, in this world. It will always bring miserable condition. Trying to gratify the senses will always bring, let's give a very practical example. You love to eat sweet. You love to eat sweet. The more you continue to eat sweet, the more you are going to create big disease for yourself in the future. In the name of diabetes, or in the name of so many other diseases in your body. Just trying to gratify your tongue of eating sweet will bring so much problem, so much suffering for you in the future. Once we understand that we cannot gratify our senses in this world, without no suffering. And we know who is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna. And we try to purify our senses by trying to regulate the senses and engage our senses in the service of Krishna, the more peaceful and happy we become. Once we're able to realize this, we become happy. That is why Krishna is mentioning here that one who understands to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. We should know that sense gratification brings ultimate miseries. 5-minute pleasure, 30 years suffering, or whatever. And that is why it is said, the pain of restraint is better than the pain of regret. When you're able to restrain yourself, it's better than start lamenting. I don't know, I would have not done that. Oh, Krishna, what pushed me to do that? Oh, no, that is not good. Just restraining yourself can save you all kinds of troubles. Okay, so that is why I said here that one, if our desire is devoid of sense gratification, and a work is such person who is in that kind of consciousness will be able to work for the benefit of others. Why are we suffering in the material world? Why people are suffering in the country? Because some people cannot understand this simple knowledge. They are so greedy that they are taking what belongs to many for themselves, and they don't want to share it equal. In that way, some people are suffering because they are not in knowledge of this. They are just thinking about themselves, accumulating for themselves. More, one more. In that way, they are creating imbalance in the society. Okay, so this only a devotee can bring peace to the world. A devotee ruler or a devotee leader can bring peace and happiness to the world, because he understood and he have realized the purpose of life, and is trying his best to really help everyone for the benefit of, for the pleasure of Krishna. Just like King Janak, Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. He was a very perfect ruler, was a very pure ruler. He was performing his duty, but he was not detached. He was not attached to the result. You know, even though he's completely detached in his mind, but he was perfect, externally performing his duty very perfectly. Any comment, question regarding that?
You know, Prabhu, I was also hearing just this morning, I was listening to a lecture. And there's this famous prince from Maharashtra, and he was supposed to inherit the entire kingdom. So, him and his went on a pilgrimage, and then when he arrived in Vrindavan, then he fell in love with Vrindavan, and he didn't want to leave, and then he didn't actually leave. Then his wife and his parents, they went back to the kingdom, and then every year they'd go back to Vrindavan, telling him, please come back, you have your beautiful wife, you have your kingdom, you'll be the next king, your father wants to retire. But he kept rejecting, and then he kept saying, you see this grain of sand? This grain of sand is worth more than the most opulent kingdom within any of the three worlds. What is the use of this kingdom? I'm not going back. I'm staying here. So I was wondering, like, is it so bad to like reject your duty for a higher realization, like in this example here? Because he could have like performed his duty, and gone back to the kingdom and done his dharma, or so to say. But he decided to just stay in Vrindavan as a beggar, and he had nothing.
Yeah. Actually, it's a very advanced and self-realized soul, but his advancement is not mature. you know, because that is why Krishna uses the example of King Janak, and you can see the King Priyavrata also in the Bhagavatam. There's a story of King Priyavrata. King Priyavrata, he gave up his it was performing austerity, but when his brother died, he was supposed to be the one to rule the kingdom. But because he was so absorbed in the spiritual platform already, he decided not to go back to the kingdom. He was completely renounced. So the extent that Lord Brahma himself has to come to tell him, please come and rule the kingdom. But he said, no, I don't want to go back to Maya. No, Krishna, please, I don't want to go back to Maya. Then until the Lord himself has to come to promise him that, don't worry, go and rule your kingdom, do your duty, you will not be entangled by Maya. Okay? Then he went to the kingdom and then he performed his duty. And he was not entangled by Maya. So one thing is to have knowledge. One thing is to be able to apply the knowledge in performing one's prescribed duty. When you know that duty has to be done. For like that king, yes, he's very advanced, but he was only thinking about himself. But if he will have thought about helping those citizens in his kingdom to become Krishna conscious, he will have become a very much special soul to Krishna. Because he will be the king, and it will be easier for him to influence his kingdom. It will be easier for him to rule with a generous heart, with God, with love of God, to really influence and encourage them to become God conscious. It will have taken more souls with him just because of having that realization. That is the only reason Krishna uses this example of King Janak in the Bhagavad Gita. Because King Janak was also realized like him, but King Janak did not give up his kingdom. He went back to the kingdom and he was ruling the kingdom for the sole reason of doing his duty. Even though inside him he was so detached, he feel like he should just give up everything, but he continued to perform his duty to encourage all the subjects to become Krishna conscious and influence them in that way. So if that prince will have gone back, having realized the purpose of life, the goal of life, then try to rule in a God conscious way, it will have more impact on the citizen, and Krishna will have love him so much more than whatever love Krishna will have for him as like renouncing the kingdom. Krishna will have loved him much more, because why? He gave up his own personal desire for liberation to help others. That is why Srila Prabhupada is so special. Srila Prabhupada is so special. That's why Srila Prabhupada is worshipped all over the three worlds. Why? Many of his God brothers, they decided to stay in the dam, to stay in India, to stay wherever they are in India, just enjoying the peacefulness of engaging in devotional service, preaching to the Indians who are easier to be devoted. But Prabhupada said no. Prabhupada took the austerity. Even he knows that he's not supposed to leave the India as a sannyasi. Prabhupada did not fly jets to America. He went through the hard way. He went through the ship. He had 2 heart attacks in the ship. You know what it means to travel in the ship? I think for the first time, Paburai can give us experience what it means to travel in the ship for the first time. Paburai, I know you know what it means to travel in the ship for the first time. What will happen to somebody who have not traveled in the ship before? What happened, right, Prabhu?
Working on the ship for the first time, of course, you will find they find it very hard, because if you are not used to the rolling and pitching, the movement of the ship, you will vomit. And if you are caught with seasickness, you will experience seasickness. And the strong winds and waves will last for 3 days. You cannot eat for 3 days. You will eat only apples. After you eat, you will vomit, like that. But if you can recover, you will used to it. Then there will be no problem. But
that is what. Thank you very much, Prabhu. That is what Prabhupada passed through to come and give us this Krishna consciousness. I'm just I want him to explain so that you can have an idea of what Srila Prabhupada passed through to give us this special knowledge about God and who God is, and how we can live a perfect life of love and loving devotion to God. This is what Prabhupada did. He sacrificed his own peacefulness. He sacrificed his meditating peacefully in Vrindavan to come and give us this special knowledge. And that is why also, having realized that this is the goal of life, we should not be comfortable also sitting at the corner of our house. Wherever we go, whomever we meet, we should try to give them this Krishna consciousness. Let us imbibe this spirit of Srila Prabhupada. Wherever you find yourself, wherever you go, always keep a book with you and try to share with someone. Because by sharing this knowledge with others, that is the only way we can save people from going to hell. Many people in this world, let me tell you, this world is so small to tell you that many people don't understand who God is. They're just having so many speculation. I went to Batangas with my friends. So when I was coming, so I was discussing about with the driver. Depending on who I'm in encounter with, then my preaching strategy will change. So I know that he's a Christian. And so when I saw him, so I decided to tell him about the history of how the Christianity spread, you know. So when we were discussing, I said, see, these people, the colonial masters, they came to Africa. I was telling the story of my country. They came to Africa, Nigeria, especially West Africa in Nigeria. So when I went to the place in Lagos, where they have the story center to see all this, how the slave trade was going on, they will keep people in one room, apartment. I don't think the way they show us, it was not bigger than this, my room. They will keep more than 50 people in that room. Just imagine keeping 50 people in one room, and there they have to pass the stool, they have to urinate. That is where they give them just little food for them to survive. And if you can survive that condition, staying there for 1 month, under shackle chains, then they feel that the person will survive the sea, going through the ship to take them to other country. This is how they torture them. Just very close to that place where they are keeping this slave, they have a building where they train one of the citizens to translate the Bible into the local language. So they know what they are doing. They treat you like animals. They know that when you come to know about this in future, you will be very angry with them. Then they give you religion so that you can forgive them. You see, they did that practically everywhere, even in the Philippines. That is why you have so many Catholic church everywhere. They treated people like animals, maltreat them, but they give you religion so that you can forgive them. This is not the same with Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is completely different. You will never see, you will never hear where those who are practicing Krishna consciousness invade other people, try to impose Krishna consciousness or knowledge of Krishna. No. You will see where this culture is coming from, the Indians, even the Muslims invaded them, they tried to force them. For many years, they tortured them. Still, they could not change. And that is the benefit we're enjoying today. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, see, this Christian consciousness is very, very special knowledge. When you read the history of other religion, you see how they force people to take this religion in those days, and how they torture people, they kill people so that they can convert you to this religion. This is not the religion, this is not what we are practicing. What we are practicing is religion of love. And you see, Prabhupada gave all his comfort, gave everything, pain, just to come and give us this knowledge. This is Srila Prabhupada. And that is why the only way we can appreciate him, is wherever we go, whomever we meet, we should try as much as possible to share this knowledge with them. We should try our best, share this knowledge with everyone we come across. In that way, we can pay little of our debt to our Guru and Srila Prabhupada. And we should not try to look down on those people who are on the renounced orders of life, who are trying their best to keep this knowledge going. They are trying their best. It's not easy. It's not easy. We should always appreciate these devotees. who have given up their own sense enjoyment just to make sure that this movement continue to strive on. It's not easy in this material world. Everywhere there's always trouble. Krishna says, this is the material world. So I was discussing with somebody today. I was telling the person, he said, oh, you see, there's trouble here, there's trouble there. Even in my country, when there was election going on, they were saying, oh, this man is going to be nice, this person is going to do nice. I said, what you all guys are looking for, you are looking for the kingdom of God on earth. No one is going to give you that. No human being can give you that. You can only get the kingdom of God in the kingdom of God. No human being can give you that. So better we should try to be God conscious and leave this material world and go back to that perfect place we are looking for. It's not here, it's there in the kingdom of God. Okay, so that is it. Let's read one more verse, and then we have a few minutes more to go. Anybody has questions or comments regarding what we have discussed so far? Okay, 420. Tyaktva karma phala sangha nitya tripto nirashaya karma nyavi prabritopi naiva kinche karoti sa. Abandoning all attachment to the result of his activity, ever satisfied and independent, he performed no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertaking. This is one who have become self-realized. Papa, somebody want to read?
I volunteer, Prabhu.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Report. This freedom from the bondage of actions is possible only in Krishna consciousness, when one is doing everything for Krishna. A Krishna conscious person acts out of pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he has no attraction for the results of the action. He is not even attached to his personal maintenance, for everything is left to Krishna. Nor is he anxious to secure things nor to protect things already in his possession. He does this duty to the best of his ability and leaves everything to Krishna. Such an unattached person is always free from the resultant reactions of good and bad. It is a th- it is a thought it is as though he were not doing anything. This is the sign of akarma, or actions without fruitive reactions. Any other action, therefore, devoid of Krishna consciousness, is binding upon the worker. And that is the real aspect of vikarma, unexplained herein before.
So Krishna is describing akarma here. This means that engaging in activities that will not bring reaction. That's only one who is on this platform, devotee. We will not, whatever activity the devotee is performing will not bring reaction. Why? Because he's properly situated in knowledge. Like normally I give this very good example. Is like, for example, you are in the temple or you come to temple to do some service. So when you are doing service and you are thinking that you are doing that service for Krishna, you will be so blissful, so happy that whatever comes after that, you are not disturbed, whether they criticize it or whether they praise it. But if you are thinking that you are doing that service to please someone, immediately it's being criticized, you feel very angry. Oh, he's not appreciating my service. You know, I've done you start becoming angry. Because why? You are attached to the result of the work. So here, Prabhupada is mentioning the purport that actually what Prabhupada is describing in the purport is a very advanced devotees level. Many of us, we are not on that level. You know, I will just read a little bit again. He says, he's not even attached to his personal maintenance. We're not on that level. We are still interested in personal maintenance. And that is a very good example of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur, pure devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called him just to teach us. He called him, Srivas Thakur, you are a grihasta. Go and walk. He said, my Lord, I will not walk. Then go and take science. He said, my Lord, I will not take science. Then how are you going to maintain your family? He said, my Lord, if I clap 3 times and you don't provide for my family, I will tie stone on my neck. I will drown myself in Ganga. So he said that to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, Srivastava Thakur, you have such faith in me? Oh, I'm so happy. Even if one day Goddess Lakshmi become, bankrupt, Srivastava Thakur, I will personally provide for your family. I will take care of your family. So Krishna loves if we have total faith in him, when we have total surrender for him. But many of us, we are not on that level yet. So that is why there's another pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show us a very good example of that. There's another devotee, his name is Mukunda. No, his name is Vasudev. Vasudev is a pure devotee of Krishna. So, but he was not saving everything. He was living as a pure devotee. Whatever he gets every day, he spends it. Whatever he gets, he spends it, and he has family. So when the devotees came to Jagannath Puri with Shivananda saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Shivananda saying, he said, Shivananda saying, I want you to personally help me to manage the finance of Vasudev Datta. Vasudev Datta is such a pure devotee that he doesn't keep anything for his own maintenance. He spends everything he gets every day. But I want you to help him to save for his family, to manage his finance for him. In that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us the other side of the pastime on how a Grihastha should plan his future life. Okay, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving us these 2 scenarios for us to understand. If you're on the platform of Srivastava Thakur, it's okay that you totally surrender for Krishna. You don't depend for your maintenance. You don't complain, but don't complain tomorrow in the future that ISKCON wasted your life. It means that you are not on the level of Srivastava Thakur. If you come to complain in the future about how you have been neglected, how ISKCON wasted your life, means that you were not on that level you thought you were. So we should be practical. He said that we are like Srivastava Thakur, or we are like on the platform of Vasudev Datta. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave an example. So we have to find out where we belong and be practical. But I can tell you, if you have strong faith in Krishna, Krishna will always take care of you. But if our faith is not strong, we should be practical with whatever faith we have. We should be practical. Okay? So we stop here. Any question or comments, then we can continue tomorrow.
No question, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Krishna.
Yeah, please. Go ahead. Who is having a question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, based on my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, real renunciation is detaching from the result of the activities, but still doing your dharma properly for the pleasure of the Lordship. So, if either you're a student, you're a brahmachari, you're a sannyas, or you're a grihasha, you have to detach your activities, but at the same time, do your dharma properly. Is that what you're trying to say? That's how I understand it.
Yes. What I'm trying to say is that we should understand that everything should be done for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay? So no matter whatever ashram we have, whether we are brahmachari or we are grihastha, once we have become self-realized, there's this tendency to be materially lazy. Okay? There's this tendency in human, once you become spiritual, there's this tendency to be materially lazy in terms of thinking or whatever, or performing material activities. Still, we should still perform our material prescribed duty anyway. But now, because we are in proper knowledge, we should do it for the pleasure of Krishna. That is the Krishna consciousness. So before to round it up with this, what I'm saying with what to round it up, we just read for surrender unto me. I want somebody to read this verse we just finished reading. There's a purpose. Is that?
I was just thinking of something
Tell us.
that, like, it's good to perform your prescribed duty or whatever your, responsibilities are, to set an example for others who are not in Krishna consciousness or who are not within the society,
Yes.
so they don't have a misunderstanding. Like, I remember there was one interview that Sabyasachi Prabhu had with one man who was, doing a podcast. And then he said, "I'm surprised you didn't finish university," and Sabyasachi, he's like, you're a monk, you should set the right example, And Sabyasachi,
Yes.
he was kind of like, yeah, he got caught out, he didn't know what to say.
I remember that interview. I watched it also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a devotee, we should do the right thing to set example for others. Yes, you are right, Prabhu. Thank you very much for that contribution. Yes, because see, that's why I love Radhana Swami Maharaj's system in India. Maharaj, I had the history of how he started the Radha Gopinath Mandir. When he started the temple, when anybody will come, devotees will come to Maharaj Ashram, and once you come, the first time when you come to spiritual life, that spiritual fever will be there. Oh, everything in material world is useless. Oh, spiritual. Oh, everybody is in Maya. Oh, let me Krishna. You want to give up everything. Then Maharaj will say, calm down. Go and finish your studies. Go and finish your studies. Study, then you come back. When you come back, you work for 1 year, 2 years, and see if you are not satisfied with your work, then you can surrender to the temple. And that is why they have stable devotees for many years in that place. You will see many of their brahmachari, they will finish their education, they will come close to the temple, they will be living in the ashram, they will look for a good job for them, they will be working, they will divide their salaries into two, one part for temple, one part for their parents to take them, thank you for sending them to school, and they will be doing like that for years. And once they see that if the devotee is not feeling satisfaction in material work, then they will tell him, okay, you still have to work spiritually by preaching. So now, since you are not happy with material work, then spiritual calling is yours. Come and do this. And you will see many devotees there, they are very stable for many years, and they are still doing it, and they are happily doing it. Because why? They have proper guidance from their guru, which devotees should understand. So let me quickly read Praraya Prabhu. Let us read this. Then we will take your question. Let's quickly read this. Somebody should read this particular this one. Who can read? Who can see it? You read?
Yeah. You can see it, Prabhu.
Yeah, please read.
We should not give up work. We should be satisfied by dutiful work. We should also give up attachment to the fruits of the work. Such a person actually does nothing. This verse describes a sadhaka, one trying for perfection. The perfection of this consciousness, siddha, is explained in verses 21 and 22.
So we are going to read that tomorrow. So what we are teaching here, what we are trying to let devotee understand is that you should be very dutiful, but we should not be attached to the result. Once you get these points rightly clear, then you understand what Krishna consciousness is all about. You should be very dutiful. You should be very attached to your work. You should be very attached to your duty, whatever you are doing. Whether you're a brahmachari, you should be very serious in your brahmachari. What are the duties of brahmachari? Find out. I'm very attached doing it very nicely. Be very strict about it. Really very strict about doing your duties. But we should not be attached to it. If you are a grihastha, take care of your family. Work very nicely. Take care of your family. But you should not be attached to the result of your work. Means you think that you should be thinking that you are doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. This is the consciousness that Krishna wants us to imbibe. This is how to get liberation, how to get out of this material bondage. If we're able to get this consciousness right, then we understand what life is. Then we understand what Krishna consciousness is. Okay, right, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have a request.
Yes.
Can we discuss again the 4 orders of spirituality of the society, like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shastra, and
yes.
Another one is so I want to have the overview and everybody can cope up so we can fully understand the verse we are reading, so we will do the duty properly for each one of us. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Even before you said it, I'm already almost to tell you that tomorrow. So tomorrow, this is nicely, clearly explained in Canto 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam by Narada Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj. So directly, I'm going to bring it from the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam tomorrow so that you can all understand what this Varnashram is all about. The duty of Brahmana, the duty of Kshatriya. The little Krishna may give a very little synopsis in the Bhagavad Gita, but it's fully explained in Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7. We are going to, since you request for it, because of you, we are going to dive into that tomorrow. Okay, Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Vanchakapatarubyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha, Patitanampa Hare Krishna. So see you tomorrow. So please remember to memorize the verse again and again. Remember to memorize the verse again and again until it becomes part of you. Until when you are eating, as you are breathing in, you are breathing Janma Karma, you are breathing out, you are breathing, you know, let it become part of you and one of you. And in that way, you will never forget it. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, before we leave, just one quick picture.
Okay.
If everyone can please open their cameras.
Prabhu, can you make the picture that everyone come together on the same level? Because the way I saw it on top, and you see small people on the ground.
Yes, we can do that. I can do that.
Yes, do that. Do that, please.
Please, Mother Achintya, can open your camera or no? Okay, I will count 1 to 3. 1,
Hare
2,
Krishna.
3. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All right. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Jai
I will see you
Prabhu.
tomorrow.
So see you tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.